Hello everyone, welcome to the new video of data analytics. Today's video is about how to do regression analysis in SPSS and how to interpret the results. In this dataset, we can see that adoption level and satisfaction level of ICT are in the continuous scale format. These two variables are used for regression analysis. Here we have to check whether the adoption level is significantly influencing the satisfaction level of ICT. First of all, look for the steps. Analyze, regression, linear. From the left side, we have to move the adoption level, that is an independent variable. Then satisfaction level, that is a dependent variable. Thereafter, click OK. Here we can see that in the output view, there are 4 important tables. The first table that is related with the variables entered or removed. Here the variable entered as an independent variable, that is adoption level. The dependent variable, that is satisfaction level. The second very important table, that is model summary. Here we can see that R value, R square value, adjusted R square value and standard error of estimate. And this is the ANOVA table, which shows the F statistics and significance value for testing the model fitness of regression. And the last table that is related with the coefficient. Then let us look for how to interpret the result of regression analysis. First of all, we have to give the heading, that is regression analysis, and the null hypothesis that ICT adoption level does not significantly predict or influence satisfaction level. The alternative hypothesis is that ICT adoption level significantly predicts or influence satisfaction level. The first table, that is model summary, here we can see that the R value, that is 0.266, R square value 0.071, adjusted R square value 0.061, standard error of estimate 0.68858. Here the predictor variable, that is adoption level. This is the style of interpretation that we can given for this above table. The regression result indicate that ICT adoption has a positive effect on satisfaction level. The correlation coefficient, that is R is equal to 0.266, suggests that a weak positive relationship, meaning that respondents with a higher level of ICT adoption tend to report slightly higher satisfaction level. However, the explanatory power of the model is relatively low, that is R square is equal to 0.071, indicating that ICT adoption accounts for only 7.1% of changes in satisfaction level. This suggests that while ICT adoption contributes to satisfaction, a large portion, that is 92.9% of satisfaction, is influenced by other factors. Simply, the regression analysis reveals that a positive relationship between ICT adoption and satisfaction level with the R value of 0.266. The coefficient of determination, that is R square 0.0671, indicate that ICT adoption explains 7.1% of the variance in satisfaction level. This suggests that increased adoption of ICT contribute positively to user satisfaction, although magnitude of effect is relatively weak. Therefore, ICT adoption can be considered a significant but limited predictor of satisfaction, and additional factors should be considered to better explain variation in satisfaction level. And move to the second table, that is ANOVA. Here we can see that the sum of square, degree of freedom, mean square, thereafter the F value and significance value, the dependent variable, that is satisfaction, and predictor variable or independent variable, that is adoption. The ANOVA result revealed that regression model is statistically significant with F statistics 7.455, P value, that is 0.008. Since the significance value is less than 0.05, null hypothesis is rejected and hence regression model is statistically significant. This indicates that ICT adoption level has a significant effect on satisfaction level. And next the table 3, it explains the coefficient. Here we can see that the model unstandardized coefficient, standardized coefficient, t-value and significance value. Here the unstandardized coefficient constant value of beta, that is 2.509, and beta value of adoption level 0.313, which explains that the coefficient table indicates that ICT adoption level has a significant positive effect on satisfaction. The regression coefficient of ICT adoption, that is 0.313, suggests that for every 1 unit increase in ICT adoption level, satisfaction level increases by approximately 0.313 unit, holding other factors constant. The positive sign of coefficient demonstrates direct relationship between ICT adoption and satisfaction, implies that respondents with a higher level of ICT tend to report greater satisfaction. The standardized coefficient, that is beta 0.266, indicate positive relatively modest influence of ICT adoption on satisfaction. Furthermore, the t-value of 2.730 and significance value of 0.008, that is p less than 0.05, confirm that the effect of ICT adoption on satisfaction is statistically significant. Therefore, null hypothesis stating that ICT adoption has no significant effect on satisfaction level is rejected. Then it can be concluded that increased adoption, ICT adoption, significantly enhance satisfaction among respondents. The regression equation, that is satisfaction level is equal to 2.509 plus 0.313, that is ICT adoption, further demonstrates satisfaction is expected to increase as the level of ICT adoption increases. This is the style of interpretation which we can given for the regression analysis. This is the simple regression analysis by using two continuous scale variable, that is adoption level and satisfaction level. Thank you for watching.